Good evening and welcome back to Antigonus Gaming. We are here with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Chapter 1, Fall of a Hero at Nibelheim. To recap the first video, we saw an interesting sequence with Zack, a character we saw in some vision sequences during the Whisper Harbinger fight, and then we also saw him return to Midgar during an ending scene at the end of Yuffie's story, like that extended scene. He brought Cloud, who was dreadfully ill, back to Midgar, and then he rescued Aerith, who's unconscious, from being captured from Shinra troops after the rest of the party was badly hurt during a tornado that swept through the city when they were trying to escape from the Shinra building. Then after that, we transitioned back to what seemingly, back to the world that we've been playing in, and Cloud is telling his story of where all of the tension between him and Sephiroth started, which began in his hometown of Nibelheim when him and Sephiroth were deployed to take care of some monsters and investigate some problems up in the reactor at the top of Mount Nibel. Tifa, still living in Nibelheim at the time, is Cloud and Sephiroth's guide up the mountain, since they don't really know the way. So you've got credits here, saying this is the creative director is Tetsuya Nomura. The main overall director is Naoki Hamaguchi.
You probably already know this, but our reactor's the first of its kind. It really put Mount Nibel on the map.
I've seen a few reactors in my time, but none with such a breathtaking view. Who could tire of it?
Everyone, eventually.
Man, I wish I could go on trips all over the world like you guys.
Trips. I think you mean business trips, which are no fun at all.
Though you do learn stuff on them.
That's so cool.
So we're running through, like, the mountains. It's mountainous. There's plants. We see birds flying overhead. We see all the peaks from the various mountains, because Mount Nibel is the largest mountain in a mountain range around Nibelheim. The whole Nibel region is very mountainous. We see the pipes coming down the mountain from the various facilities that Shinra's built.
Not going too fast for you, am I?
Of course not. We're just trying to pace ourselves is all.
But I thought you guys were in a hurry.
Even so, you'll burn yourself out running like that.
I'm not even close to burned out. Not with all the training I've had.
Huh. Guess you really are the best there is.
So we're running through the mountains. The environment of Rebirth is very different than kind of the gritty, grimy environment of Remake, where we were in Midgar the entire time. So we see an enemy. It's like a giant praying mantis kind of thing. Got like butterfly wings.
Near the village, and they're not nice. What do you think?
I think I got this.
Then they're all yours.
Copy that.
Fighting is Cloud. Press square to attack with Cloud's sword. Holding the button will allow you to follow up the sweeping slash. Press the button after dodging to launch a ranged attack, or hold the button to unleash an aerial combo.
It's on now.
So, it's pressured in. Cloud gets triple slash. So some of the abilities that we had to learn in the first game, we just start with in Rebirth. Like Barrett will start with Maximum Fury, actually. So Cloud takes out the insect chimeras.
That was awesome.
You think?
If this is how it's going to be, there doesn't seem much point in me fighting.
I guess not. You leave it all to me, huh?
Don't mind if I do.
So Final Fantasy VII Rebirth demo confirmed. Players who have completed the demo can skip the Mako reactor investigation and resume play from the village. Note that skipping will not affect gameplay. I'm not going to, because I'm here to show you all the story, and what you see in the village won't make sense if we skip the investigation. So initiating combat, enemies will grow alerts. So press X to open the command menu. You can use ATB charges. I'll use triple slash here. So we're facing large insect, they're Q-Vildoons. With voracious appetites found the true omnivores. They eat everything from plants to carrion, even other insects. They possess strong legs and use them to pounce. So basically, there's been monsters flooding out of Mount Nibel.
That one felt pretty good.
That were not native to the region traditionally. So people are like, "What's going on? Why are there these weird creatures showing up?" So, and they've been traced back towards the reactor.
Is that Mako? Whoa.
So we've got, Mako pipes, but they're quite old. So, we can see that there's Mako streaming out of them. And then an enemy shows up, Tifa jumps up in the air and just kicks it, and it takes it out in one shot.
Come on, soldier. You can do better than that, can't you?
Just you watch.
Press R1 to block any incoming attacks, or press circle to move out of harm's way to avoid damage. Successfully blocking attack will reduce the amount of damage taken and fill your ATB. Blocking with perfect timing to render the attack ineffective. I am not very good at perfect guarding, in all honesty. So these are Wings. Avian creatures that nest in mountain regions. They can fly at supersonic speed, soaring past and incapacitating their prey with the ensuing shockwave. So it used like a wind attack to knock me down. Triple slash. We stagger it, but it was almost dead anyway, so it's not a big deal. And now we can keep going. Tifa's going to show us the way. But there's monsters, so we gotta take them out. Press the R3 to lock onto a specific enemy. Use R to switch targets. R3 is pushing down the right controller joystick.
You're done.
And we'll use magic on them. Fire.
Burn.
Knocks the magic does a good amount of damage. It knocks it down, and I'm quickly able to take it out. And then a bunch of them come flying down at us, and they're swirling around us. The guards our backup are just trying to shoot Sephiroth, Cloud, slashing at them. And then one of the guards runs in front of Tifa to block a soldier from getting her.
Well done, Trooper.
Thank you.
So Tifa helps the trooper up.
I got the rest.
So we gotta fight 2 of these Wings. Cloud is fire, blizzard, and pure in this particular chapter. His stuff is preset for the most part, because this is a flashback.
Burn.
And in the flashback, he's level 40.
We still have a long way to go.
Shall we pick up the pace?
Not unless we absolutely have to. Our guide might not be so lucky next time.
Then, how about I go on ahead and clear the way for you guys? I'll be careful.
Doing like these stretches.
Cool. See you at the reactor.
Materia can be set into your weapons and equipment via the materia and equipment menus. That didn't change from the first. I'm not going to review the materia tutorial because I know how to use materia. Materia set in your equipment will gain AP. Once enough AP is accrued, your materia will improve, further enhancing its effects and the potency of its spells. For example, take the fire materia. 1 star allows fire, 2 stars allows Fyra, 3 stars allows Fyraga. So materia, cloud. And I was given an assess materia, so I will put that on there. And it just says clear the way is my objective. Sephiroth and Tifa are just kind of making their way up leisurely. So we're going to run ahead of them, and we're going to take out some of these insectoid chimeras.
It's on now.
And the insectoid chimeras are what you'd expect. They're a chimera, but of insects instead of beasts. So it's like butterfly wings and mantis body.
It's on now.
But the insectoid chimeras are pretty
Piece
good,
of cake.
so. Got some velociraptors up ahead. These are a little bit tougher since they're flying enemies.
Calling fire.
Wings, sorry, is what it's called. Not a velociraptor.
Burn. Well,
Damn, I take it out.
that's that.
I'm just looking at the map to see where I should be going. This is actually a somewhat confusing area to get around. Here, looks like there's a materia up here I can grab. That I jumped off already. Wind materia, and I believe the wings are weak to wind, so I'll give that to Cloud.
Hey! Not that way! It's a dead end! Rockslide took out the bridge a while ago. Come on back, okay?
Okay.
Approach locations marked with an up arrow to perform context-sensitive actions such as squeezing through tight spaces or climbing up ladders. So in this case, we're gonna climb like up we're gonna squeeze through a gap in 2 big rocks that Tifa's showing us, so we can take like an alternate way up the mountain, because the main way is out of commission and they haven't fixed it yet.
This way.
Now we
Gotta make a
reunite with
detour
the
through a Shinra facility.
To think I almost made you our guide. Good thing I reconsidered. Otherwise, you'd have led us straight off a cliff. Lead on.
Yes.
So it says, let Sephiroth operate the terminal. So he logs into the computer. It opens up a gate. We're in the Mako measurement facility. So we head up. We have materia here I can grab. A level boost materia. Oh, I think that like boosts the level of my materia if it's linked. Go in an old elevator, we click to go up. So now we're in like you know, an old Shinra like warehouse kind of looking, you know, facility. It's like metal. There's metal floors. We can see down. There's pipes. It's like very misty. It's kind of dark. You know, there's a bunch of lights, but they're not that strong, so it's dark. There's junk everywhere, and we see like a weird looking monster thingy. Cloud. It's like a rock golem, and it's got like a flail on one hand. It's called the Screamer. So these things are extremely weak to magic, but I'll scan it just so I can, you know, give the lowdown on this floor. So it says humanoid fiends that make their homes on Mount Nibel, previously unseen in this region. Sightings began after the local reactor started malfunctioning. They brandish an iron mace at the end of one arm, which they swing around with ease. Inflicting enough damage will pressure them. Frontal melee attacks will be ineffective while they swing their maces, and it's weak to fire. And it's got about 3,000 health. I have fire equipped, so... Alright, watch your health. I'm low on health. But I'll be fine, because I'm about to use fire on this thing. Which pressures it. Oh, and in this game, Cloud can, like, shoot out, like, beams from his sword if you attack him the right way. The thing's staggered. I use Braver. And I take it down. Here twice, ought to get me back up to where I need to be. And now I can walk up. We can... Oh, there's a chest over here I can grab. Bottle of ether, which is always nice, because, you know, we need MP. And since we're not really able to buy anything in this particular chapter, because it's like a tutorial flashback kind of chapter.
Been around for a while, but there are still pockets of Mako gas all over the mountain. Try not to breathe it in if you can.
So this is a puzzle here. So we gotta pull out, use the purifier connected to this Mako processing unit. Okay. So there's like this big purifier thing that sucks up the gas that I have to move around with Cloud, and it's attached via like a...
Mako gas levels reduced by 20%.
It's attached by like a pipe. I'm sucking
Mako gas levels reduced by 70%.
So sucking up the Mako gas.
No Mako gas detected. Elevator access granted.
So that clears out the area. And so now we can advance. You know, because Shinra doesn't really take care of their facilities very well, because they're cheap. So, you know, and the older ones, like the Nibel reactor, even more so. We head on up, and now we're at the Southern Ridge Summit Approach. So we're running through the Shinra facility. You know, we're out, like outside the Shinra facility, but we're still in it. So, you know, we're like on an outside area, but we see like, you know, fences, boxes, all sorts of stuff. You know, industrial supplies, etc. And we're going up the ridge. You know, there's steps and all that. We can see the reactor. But to get there, we're gonna have to go across the suspender bridge, and it's starting to rain.
Come on.
We're on a helipad currently, but there's no helicopter, so we're just, you know, it's just part of the whole facility. So we run over some more rock, and we get to a really long,
crossing that thing.
old wooden suspension
let me go first.
bridge.
Hey, I'm the guide here.
So Tifa, you know, runs ahead. And, you know, this bridge has probably been here for, you know, a really long time, and it's old and rickety. You know, not the way that anyone would choose to go anymore because they've had more ways, but the rock slide knocked out the main path, so we're using the old road. And as we go across, a thunderbolt hits the bridge, knocks it out.
Tifa, are you okay?
Not really!
Everyone's holding on for dear life. Sephiroth, realizing that it's pointless, jumps. Tifa slips and falls. Cloud jumps after her. The rest of the bridge falls, and the 2 regular Shinra grunts fall with the bridge. Sephiroth lands in the water, and he is able to grab Tifa and save her from drowning. Cloud's struggling in the water, but he is able to steady himself. He saves one of the 2 Shinra guys who's struggling, but the other one is washed away. Sephiroth isn't able to save him either, and he disappears. So now we're down to 1 guard. Sephiroth, Cloud, and Tifa is our team here. And we're on the Gunthra River Basin, 2 hours later. So, you know, we're drying off here. Sephiroth did a little recon.
He's in Fate's hands now. Do you know the way?
Yeah. Following the river should get us back to the village.
We're not going to the village. Can you get us to the reactor?
Sorry, I don't think I can.
I see. Well, we certainly can't send you back alone. You'll be safer with us.
Okay.
I'll be joining you up front this time.
What?
For your performance review.
You kidding me?
Good luck.
Sephiroth joined the party. So this was like one of the big deals when this was first announced. Approach a scalable wall or rock face to begin your ascent. Use the L... I'm trying to read that here. Use the L joystick to leap from one hold to the next. Note you can also climb down such surfaces. So we're going up, and all of the things that we can climb up are they're like yellow rock faces that stick out. I'm not a particular fan of this mechanic since it's not always clear what direction you have to do. That you have to point the joystick to get Cloud to move, or whoever you happen to be controlling in a given chapter. In this chapter, it's Cloud. So we get up. We're kind of sitting at a rest stop or sleeping at lodgings will fully restore HP and MP. So we see a bench here. You know, this is like probably a storage area that Shinra used at one time, but you know, some of these old walk passageways are not really used anymore, so there's just like stuff left over from when they were. There's monsters all over here. Sephiroth is waiting to engage them.
Off you go.
So, obtain HP up materia. Switching characters, same as the other one. You can use the up, down, left, right pad to switch, and you can use the R buttons to issue commands to characters not under your control. Fighting a Sephiroth. Press square to slash at Mazamune, or hold to unleash ranged attacks. Landing certain number of attacks will allow you to perform branching finishes like Pierce or Sword Dance with triangle, filling your limit gauge. So he has like the same skill set that he used when we fought him as the final boss in the last game. So he has Hell's Gate, where he jumps up in the air. I mean, it's completely ridiculous, completely overpowered. He has Telleric Fury, he has Pierce. Sephiroth is the current party leader, meaning You will control him at the start of combat. To change your party leader, go to the combat setting section of the main menu and then select a character and press triangle to assign them to the new leader. To designate them the new leader. So we're going to head on into this cave here, in which we see organic material.
More Mako gas ahead.
There's no way around it either. Just have to go through.
So we're running through the cave. Tifa's not dealing with it so well. And we see like these beautiful materia crystals coming out of the ground. They're not circular orbs. They're just jagged crystals like you'd see in a mine.
Mako Spring.
It's beautiful.
You know, it's dark,
Yeah,
but you
if
can
we
see a
keep
little
using
bit of
Mako to
light.
power our homes, springs like this will disappear, right?
What are you talking about? Who told you that?
My dad. And the mayor, if you must know.
Except the planet's huge. Mako will never run out, right?
Naturally formed materia. And look at the size of it. Astounding. For the Mako energy to condense into something like this, it must have taken an eternity.
I've always wondered, how does materia let you cast spells exactly?
How did you ever get to be a soldier? To put it simply, the knowledge of the ancients is sealed within each orb. That knowledge not only connects us to the planet, it allows us to tap into her power. That's how we can use magic. Or so they say.
Really? Magic sure is weird.
I know someone who'd be livid to hear you call it weird, or magic for that matter. I can just imagine what he'd say. It's an affront to science.
Who?
Hojo from Research and Development. His predecessor was a great man, but him, he is anything but.
You can see that Sephiroth not a
We should
fan of
press on.
Hojo. Hojo didn't found Research and Development, even though he's an older dude. He took it. He was one of the 2 lead assistants to the department, and we'll learn more about the guy who he took it over from, probably in part 3. But there was when that guy left the company, Hojo wound up winning the power struggle to take over the department, and he led research and development, and he's been the director of research and development for, you know, a good amount of time. So Sephiroth also has like maxed out materia and everything because, you know, he's Sephiroth. So
Gotta say, that one felt pretty good.
if you're gonna play as Sephiroth, you may as well make him completely broken since he's not gonna be available for that much of the game. And we can knock away the materia crystals. We're climbing on up the mountain. We're at the foot of the northern ridge. After getting through the cave with the materia spring, more enemies. So, including some that look like Shinra science experiments. The Twin Brain, grotesque creatures that make their home on Mount Nibel, previously unseen in the region. Sightings began after the local reactor started malfunctioning. When they sensed danger, they let out a scream. And Sephiroth is now paralyzed.
You're done.
So I'll just come in with Cloud and take it out.
See ya. Now,
Cloud's strong, but he's not like Sephiroth. Where are we going? Where'd you go, Tifa? Oh, here she goes. Alright. So we got more. So we can see the ocean now because we're on the edge of the cliff, kind of on the edge of the mountain. So we go along, and there's more of these yellow, like climbable surfaces that we have to go up. And it broke. So, but fortunately there was another one. You're able to use that. We head on up.
Heads up.
Lots of wind comes and gets us, but and a twin brain.
So long.
Well, that's that.
Now we're gonna have to go across like a wooden plank. What looks like maybe the bare remains of what was once a bridge, as we go along a cliffside over a gap. Oh, that just goes down to some stuff, but I don't care about that. So now we're back in another Shinra facility.
Not again.
A zoo. While guarding with R1, you can team up with allies to perform synergy skills. Usable abilities that do not consume ATB charges. The available skills differ depending on which character is being actively controlled.
Bring it on. I got your back.
So they really expanded on the synergy, the whole synergy. Inflicting enough damage or exploiting a weakness will put an enemy in a pressured state. Okay, so this is just, again, more stuff, but it's the same as the combat system. But, you know, if you're someone who played Remake 4 years ago and then didn't touch it until Rebirth came out, you might need the refresher. Or if you're someone who didn't play the original.
Steady.
Staggered enemies take bonus damage.
Yeah, let's hurry.
Let's see here. More enemies to fight.
On you.
So I gotta say, that one felt pretty good.
So, you know, we're going up this big old Shinra facility. You know, trying to find our way over to the reactor. And we've got more of the Mako gas. Be able to open up this gate here. Alright, perfect. Okay. So, I'm not going to be able to get it all the way around the fence, so that's why I had to open up that gate. Because there's like a broken fence in the way of the, like, vacuum thing.
Mako gas levels reduced by 20%.
You know, I'm going to have to pull it back. I know, it's like a slow-moving thing. Just like it's an open area, it's like a metal grate floor, and it's full of all this pollution here that we have
Mako
to...
gas levels reduced by 70%. No Mako gas detected. Elevator access granted.
But we have more elevator access, so we can get on the elevator. Up. So we're 200 meters up the northern, and I believe the reactor is like 300 meters up, so we have a little bit more ways to go.
Up ahead. Looks like a way out.
Alright, so there's a boss up here, so actually this is a perfect place to stop. So I'm gonna heal here, and then that'll be it for this video. The next one should conclude the Mako reactor investigation, and then there will be probably one more video after that for the like aftermath of it, and then that'll be it for this chapter. For those of you used to like the 2 to 3 video for Rebirth is a much larger game. I may just live stream certain parts of it where I'll just play for a much longer period of time, because, you know, it doesn't make sense to do certain things in 20-minute chunks if it's going to take, you know, 3, 4, 5 hours. I'm not going to do all the extended content, though, because that will take way too long. Thank you for joining us, as always, and we will continue with Cloud's story in the next video. So I hope that you look forward to seeing the next part, and feel free to like, subscribe, comment in the future, and we will be back soon. So thank you so much, and have a wonderful rest of your day.